focus, look within, never externally. Look within. Look within, never externally. Get high and get fly. That's it. That, like, you know, build your creative process.
Oh yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
that first moment,
Yeah.
that first moment making music, was that like a defining moment in your?
That was super defining. Like, super defining. Like, after that, I was like, yo, bro, basketball. It's like, I still played after that, though, but it's like, that wasn't, it was kind of like a dub after that. Like, on a serious level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was still going to play ball because I still, you know, liked it. But, like, this felt like something that it's like, oh, like, you know, you do it, you're genuinely happy. It's like, not like, oh, I got to go to practice. Ah, fuck, I want to go to practice. Like, you know, it didn't feel like that. You know what I mean? It's like being in the studio for like 8 hours, 10 hours is just so much more rewarding than being in the gym for 8 hours, 10 hours. And that's just me personally. You know, but I'll be in the gym on some fun shit, but I'm not going to be there, you know, trying to like outdo somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what it is. It feels like at the end of the day, that shit feels like a big, like, I'm going to knock you over. I need to get here. You know what I mean? I don't really feel like I'm a person that like lives on his own time. Like, I don't really feel like I need to like impress anybody to get anywhere. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like the whole sport shit is like. You know what I mean? It's like you constantly have to be better than somebody else to be at a certain position. And it's like with music and art, everything's subjective. So there's no way that could actually happen. You know what I mean? Like, It's crazy. My whole new relationships was built off like music alone. Like, since I started at such a young age, I was able to figure out like what I wanted to do with it and like learn it, like actually learn the background of the music and like learn how to make beats and produce. Like, obviously the beats back when I was younger wasn't as good now, but it's like being able to make your beats, produce them, and like actually be like what they call a student of the game, like, and really like not just rapping, not just doing, like really understanding like the art of music. Like, you kind of like, it kind of takes you way farther in the long run. And it's like when you meet people, it's like, oh, you make beats too? Okay, here. You know, it's better than just saying, okay, you just rap. Like, at the end of the day, that's kind of a liability because not everybody can rap, but not everybody can actually sit down and create music. Everybody's just gonna, anybody can rap on a mic, you know what I mean? So like my mom is Chinese. She's from Beijing, like, actually. And my dad's from Queens. You know, my dad grew up like different than my mom, you know what I mean? My mom, like, you know, she grew up like, she came to America and she thought America was like crazy. Like, my dad would show her like, what's it called, like Good Times and shit like that. I don't know if you know Good Times. You know Good Times? Yeah, it's the show Good Times. Like, bro, Good Times, like, they were supposed to like be living low income, like, not Good Times. It was Good Times. Yeah, it was Good Times. And like, you know, they were supposed to be living low income. Like, that was supposed to be bad. Like, that was the projects. Like, that was like, that you was poor, you know what I mean? And my mom was like, yo, they got a living room, TV, they got lights, they got all that, and they're poor. Like, to her, like, bro, like, literally, like, her and my aunt and her parents literally lived in a room like this big. Like, this was probably as big as they had, like, 4 people. Like, and then, like, there was just one pot they were cooking, and that was normal. Like, that was super normal. And it's like, you would go outside, everybody's outside. Like, China was a lot different back then because it was like, it wasn't as developed. It was like way like a happier place to live. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, when I was little, it was already like super developed. It was like 2002, 2003, 4, 2000. I came back in 2007. I moved there, I think it was like 2002. And I didn't know how to speak English, like, at first. Like, Chinese was my first language. Like,
so you know Chinese?
Yeah, like, I know
you
Chinese.
Fluent?
Like, I wouldn't say fluent anymore, but I speak to my mom. Like, I speak to people. Like, I can like hold a conversation.
Would you make a song in Chinese?
I actually, yeah, I would. Yeah.
That'd be hard.
I had one song where I had some ad-libs, but it's like I would definitely make a song in Chinese and probably like market it in China crazy. Like, and the hardest part about China is that, like, if I were to ever like want to perform there, or like do like a big show, like, it would be like kind of difficult because it's like I would have to wear a turtleneck. I couldn't be able to like show this or like things like that. I had to wear a glove. Like, and if I get more tattoos, like they wouldn't like you can't show that on a national level scale. And it's like when like getting to that point of like you're on TV or like performing and stuff like that for the long run, like you can't show that like because like news reporters don't even have tattoos, nothing. Like you can't have tattoos, you can't have certain blemishes or whatever the fuck, like you can't have that. Like they're very very big on what they're promoting to the like mass like media, like so it's just super different. Like the culture is super different. Like it's a lot of little things like it's that's found disrespectful. Like growing up, like when I went back, it was kind of interesting because like you can't you can't eat until the elders tell you you can eat. Like everybody's like everybody's sitting at the table. You cannot like eat anything until the elder says, okay, everybody eat. Like, and when you come back, the first people you're supposed to see is your elders when you come back from traveling. And it's like,
I think that's good morals though.
That is very good morals, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all like you see, and I feel like America, we like there's still morals, but I don't feel like they're as enforced because like I found so many people that like don't have that, and it's just weird. When it comes to translating like the fashion back, like and when I came back to America, and it was different because when I was in China, my dad wanted to like listen to like things that wasn't Chinese music, you know what I mean? Because my dad's from here, he's black, and he wanted to listen to something that wasn't, Chinese music. He wanted to listen to like, so Kanye had just dropped, it was College Dropout. I'm pretty sure he dropped. This is like 2004. Kanye dropped College Dropout, and I was in Missy Elliott dropped the Cookbook and shit. So like I would always hear that. This is when he dropped the song, she give me money when I'm in that shit, bro. And it's like I remember I was little, I would sing that shit, and it's like I remember that. So like when I came back to America, it was crazy because I didn't really. My grandma was like, you still have another half of your heritage that you need to understand and like learn because it's like it's not just you're gonna be looked at a certain way, like regardless of like you like it or not, you're gonna be looked at a certain way. So it's better if you understand like what it is you're gonna be like looked at as. It's in America at least, and it's like I came back, she showed me all Malcolm X, Martin Luther, all that, Farrakhan and all those people, and it's like, and yeah, so like she like literally, I remember like just coming back from China, and then she took me like I was like 5 or 6, like she took me to Harlem and shit, and was like, oh yeah, we went to the Malcolm X, the ballroom, the place where he got killed. I forgot the name of it, but he like they have like a museum for him now there, and like she took me there, and it was crazy to see from like one dynamic to the next. It was like that shit is so crazy, like to go from one thing to the other, like, and then all this kind of translates into like what I am now, because it's like, especially when it comes to like clothes, like, because clothes is like this jacket is like Japanese brand, like Far Star, and like, me, it's like when it comes to the fashion, it's like mixing like, and this is a direct example of like Asia and the urban culture, and like, what I mean, like taking it and like making it theirs, like, like the influences, like somebody like Nigo's crazy, like
he's huge,
like Nigo's so crazy, like old Pharrell days and shit like that. Like to think about, there's a huge bridge, like my mom always talks about that, like when it comes to like minorities especially, and or Asian people and black people, like Chinese people, like it's like everybody has the same kind of everything. Like seeing from the outside in, I always seen it was like it was the same, you know what I mean? Like it was always like the same idea, it's just different people. So like I've always liked like my biggest, like when I was little, like seeing like clothes, like seeing people what they wore, like, you know what I mean? Like back then, I remember my dad used to get mad. He's like, you know, don't like that hip hop shit because that shit is like not good for you. You know what I mean? It's like bad people. You know, like bad people do that. You know what I mean? Bad people, like those are like, you know, like criminals and shit. Like don't take any ideas from that. But it's like, how can I not? That's the coolest shit ever. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing like Dipset, you know, Cameron, 50 Cent, all them, you know, especially people like, you know, you look at that whole era, like not even just rappers, like Genuine and shit like that. Like that's what I mean. Like I talk about that shit all the time. Like this is so crazy. Like that aesthetic was crazy back then. Like wearing baggy, you know, shit. Like shit was way too big. Like that was the vibe. Music to me is like I look at life as just like I live it as how I live it, and I just need to create like art and music, and everything you do is just a reflection of what your actual mind state and life is like. So it's like music is just kind of like the bridge to get me to where I really want to be. Like music is just like it's gonna open the door, and then once I get to where I want to, like I don't even want to like after maybe like a couple albums, like I might even just not make it no more and just like become a name, and then just take on like I always like cooking and shit, like photography, like you know what I mean. I just take on some other shit, like you know what I mean, like and but I have to use this as a way to get to like because it's like there's always something you got to do to get to where you need to get to so you can live comfortably. So it's like this is definitely like the way to do that, like and especially you're not even gonna feel like you're working because you're doing something that you really like, you know, love. Like I might fuck around, take years before I drop another one. You know what I mean? Like after I get to where I need to get to, like once people already know, like, oh shit, that's Blasia. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, on some, like, oh shit, when are you gonna drop some shit? I don't know. Just wait. And everyone is just patiently, happily waiting. I'll go into hiding, bro. Like, I'll move in to some shit far away. Like, no one could find me type shit. Like this is gonna be, like, my first actual, like, body of work ever coming out. I've only ever dropped singles. I've only ever dropped, like, individual songs. So, like, now being able to drop like an actual body of work, like 5 songs, like 5 quick ones, just like out. But it's like this is kind of like a lead up, because I'm dropping this right before I turn 19, right before my 19th birthday. Like I wanted to just get a project out like while I was 18, like just something out. So it's like it's gonna be the Dragons and Hearts EP, and it's just like songs I've been making in the past couple months, just the ones I like the most, and just putting it together. And it's like there's one song on there. I produced like 3 of the 5 songs. So like we got one song from Georgie. He's signed to Internet Money, and I got some whole crazy shit after the EP. That's crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. It's gonna be dropping after the EP. I got a beat that I gotta rap on. It's crazy.
So that's another single.
It's a single after the EP, so that's gonna be like one of the singles, and depending on how that does, it's gonna be like, do I want to put it on the project or not? Because I'm dropping a full length project, album, mixtape, whatever you want to call it, like hopefully before the year ends. Like right now, I'm just so focused on this EP. I just want to get that out, and then drop like a couple singles in between, and then just get, because I have songs in the vault for that. So it's gonna be probably like 13 songs, like 12, 13, 14 songs
total.
Yeah, like for the project after this one.
All right, so you got like the EP, you got singles, and then you got a full
length album. Like, and
so is that gonna be your debut album?
That's gonna be like my debut project album. Yes, like actual like for real one. Like that's gonna be the one that's gonna be like promoted like OD, like you know what I mean. Like
yeah, I was gonna ask you, are you gonna work on promotion?
Yeah, promotion.
Do all that.
OD promotion, like you know what I mean. That's really what's the defining factor also when it comes to music, because a lot of people forget to do promo, like you know what I mean. And it's like promo is just all a part of it. Everybody does promo, like, and it's like a lot of times it's like you can even do promo that's completely unintentional. Like you could just have somebody to help you, you know what I mean? Because I have a lot of people that really look out for me, you know. So especially like I have OGs, you know what I mean. I go to them, like, you know, they see me from the street, just like they met me on the street, come up, like type shit, like just chilling outside, like, you know, dripped out in Soho somewhere, like on Mercer. Niggas used to just like pack that shit out and smoke, meet niggas, and like all of them just like knew I was like 16, 17 at the time. So they was like, yo, bro, like you're mad like young, like you're doing the right thing, like, you know. And so they just kind of like took me under their wing, and they're just helping me now, like with like promoting me as somebody they've seen come up, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's great. Everything, manifestation, meditation, like all of that. Like I really feel like we're just walking like, you know, multi-dimensional beings. Like, bro, everything we see right now is just like what we see. Like it's not even what's really happening. Like there's 20 hundreds of different dimensions standing where we are right now. We just can't see it. Like, bro. And it's like when you know, I'm always a person, you can make your life your own personal heaven, or you can make your life your own personal, I forgot who said that. I think it was like Denzel Curry or somebody. I remember he's like, bro, and that shit stuck in my head because it's like, bro, like you think about that shit, it's like, that's so true, because it's like it's all like, it's a science thing, but it's also like a spiritual thing. It's like, you know, because everything's connected, you know. And when you think about it, you manifest just positive things and you keep building. Like that's literally my whole life at this point. Like just manifest it. Like I'm right now, I'm talking here, like just because I'm like, I just want to get my my idea across on like a platform. That's it. Like, and not posting it myself. Like I'm gonna like, I feel like my music was the best way to say that, but also now it's like, that's really what it is, bro. Like you just manifest and things happen. Like things happen. Like there's been things that it's like, you ever hear like other people say like, oh, like obviously it's a lot of work in this, like especially in the music industry, it's a lot of work, but when you manifest it and like you realize things like really just happen like on their own, like because you're just continuously doing what you have to do and you're not getting distracted and you're not allowing negative things that happen affect you. So it's like you start to realize like that's what happens, bro. Everything just happens. You think of meeting somebody and somebody comes, like you need something, they're just gonna appear. Success is you fulfilling your purpose spiritually and physically. So money is cool. Like I'm not gonna be corny and be like money is not success. Like it is. Like it's a part of success. Like you like getting like money and having a good, like having financial freedom is a part of success. But actual success is you fully being in love and comfortable with yourself and the people around you, and having the right people around you. There's no kind of money amount or anything that can happen to make you like, you understand what life really is. Like you're just here to fulfill a purpose. And if everybody understood that they was on earth for a purpose, that everybody would be successful. You know what I mean? Everybody would understand, but not everybody's gonna understand that. So it's like, money's a part of it, but you can only get the money, the excessive crazy amounts of money, the super mogul level shit, if you have those other two.